welcome back to the show. Before the break, we were talking with Amanda Raymond about her family and how their deployment is going. Now we're going to be speaking with our expert for this week. She's out of the Armed Services YMCA out of San Diego and has dedicated a large portion of her life to understanding the effects of deployment on children. This is Miss Virginia Ruehrwein. Virginia, you've been a part of the show before. Thanks for being here again. How's things going?
You bet. It's my pleasure. Excuse me for a moment.
Oh, you're fine.
There we go.
Good to go? Good to go.
Now
we talked to Amanda earlier, and she was saying that her younger one is handling the deployment well. He's maybe even oblivious to it, but their 5-year-old, that's not the case. What are some behaviors that are typical of children during a deployment?
Well, first of all, regarding Cole, that's kind of normal for his developmental age. Yeah. But she might be noticing other stuff, such as like extra fussiness, extra needing to be held, things like that. I mean, she might not even be noticing because she's like so strong and they're doing well in general. Yeah. But as far as like Olivia is concerned, there's definitely issues there. Her school performance could be changing. She could have a lot of physical complaints, be irritable or crabby, stuck on the news, wanting to watch the news, worried. Did I answer your question?
No, yeah, that's dead on.
Okay.
No. What are some ways that parents can explain this to a child of Olivia's age?
Yeah, well, at 5, which is just about kindergarten that she's heading into now, first of all, it's kind of like how I answered in my last time I was on the show, is that you've got to be developmentally appropriate and let her know, be honest with her, of course, and let her know, what's happening, but at a developmentally appropriate age. There are lots of resources out there in addition to your solutions page, in addition to our organization, the Armed Services YMCA. There's militaryonesource.com. There's Fleet and Family Services that you can Google. There's tons of stuff out there to help.
No, they're definitely out there. It's just a matter of finding them.
The key is that people need to seek the help that they need.
Yeah. Well, what are some ways parents, beyond the explanation, can kind of ease the burden on their children? Is it good to keep pictures around? Is it good to let them talk on the phone?
In general, it's really good to keep pictures around, and it's really good to let them talk on the phone. And the service member can be, really bright and cheery if they can, of course, when they're talking with their children. And mom needs to keep her stress level down at home, but she needs to realize that she needs to have a life of her own too, so she can get out there and meet other people. There's a base close to Brunswick. Where are they living in Maine?
In Prospect.
In Prospect. There's a base close to there. Portland's close to there. It's important for her to connect and to reach out and support herself so she can best support her children. Obviously, she's doing a great job. She knows a lot about what she's doing, and she's strong.
What are some ways, they mentioned in the story that that Gary's side of the family isn't necessarily as in tune with military life. What are some ways or maybe programs that extended family can come to know the realities?
Yeah, it basically comes down to what I mentioned earlier, just reaching out for those opportunities and the educational opportunities as well. I mean, you could literally Google, off the top of my head live, it's not even popping into my head, but there's a lot of support out there to help people understand what these families are going through. It's not easy. You can't just come home for a wedding or Christmas. We're talking about a war here, and it's serious, and these people need to be there, and they're serving our country and protecting our freedom, and they can kind of explain it that way.
Yeah, well, I think that's a good bit of advice.